Hey guys, Steven here, Fanatic Perspective. So I had to go behind enemy lines real quick and connect with my boy BA as this brother has the inside scoop with Coach McGuire. As we know, it's now been reported Joey McGuire is now the new head coach of the Texas Tech Red Raiders going over to Lubbock, Texas. Very exciting times. But I wanted to have Brandon on here because Brandon is actually a former player of Coach McGuire and has a lot of, wonderful opinions about him and was very excited for this. So I wanted to give him the opportunity to share just his insights on what this hire means, what this means to the state of Texas, and what this means ultimately for college football and Coach McGuire. Before we get to Brandon's thoughts, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, BUSR. Guys, check out busr.com/fanatic sports 100 FP. That's our promo code going on right now. 100% match on free play. There is a 5-time rollover promo, but 100% matching on all free play. So you guys are looking to hit Bears Steelers tonight. Follow with me on some NBA parlays. Had a good weekend betting Canelo and Usman in the MMA and boxing world. So shout out to busr.com/fanatic. Go check us out there. So BA,
Yes, sir.
um, I got thoughts from a former player here, and I think it's so cool anytime you get to see people that have had an impact on your life continue to ascend, man. So when you first heard this news, just tell me what went through your mind about your former high school coach, Coach
You
McGuire.
know, when I first heard this news, it was more like, all right, I had a really good weekend. A&M beat Auburn with stellar defensive performance. We got the verbal commitment of Walter Nolan and Chris Marshall. Like I was already riding really high just based off that alone. I didn't watch the Cowboys game. I was actually watching external, so I was spared that heartbreak. But overall, it was a great weekend. I wake up this morning, I check my phone, and I see none other than Joey McGuire has been named the head coach of the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And despite everything that happened this weekend, this made me happier than anything else. This is, in my opinion, a phenomenal hire. You're getting an outstanding coach and an even better human being. And it takes me back to 2003. I'm sitting in my living room. Cedar Hill goes through a coaching change, Cedar Hill, Texas. Go through a coaching change. They hired Joey McGuire as the head coach. And, I had played DB for him my sophomore and junior year before transferring. He comes to my house, brings Coach Carlos Lynn, and the offensive coordinator at the time. And he sits down in my living room and he's just like, man, we want you back. We want you back. We know the talent you have. We're going to do some amazing things, and we want you to be part of it. And sitting in that living room, like I believed him wholeheartedly. Now, ultimately, I didn't come back. Parents definitely instilled in me the process of education and opportunity I had where I was, so I stayed where I was at. But the respect that he got from me from coming in, sitting down, humbling himself, I mean, I've loved this guy ever since. He went on to win a state championship 2 years later in 2006, won back to back in 2013, 2012, 2013, or 2013, 2014, one of those years. Outstanding, phenomenal winner. Um, Everywhere he's gone, he's won. Texas Tech is getting a winner, hands down. But on top of that, I don't think there's anyone that embodies the term of faith, family, football more than Joey McGuire.
Hmm.
I mean, this,
You hear
and
that a lot in the state of Texas,
but
but not a whole lot of people are about it.
not a whole lot of people, man. When I heard the news, I almost cried because I was that joyful for him because he really does care about each and every player he coaches. He's going to coach you hard, but at the end of the day, he's going to love you. He loves you no matter what. And I think any of his former players would say the same. Not only that, Texas Tech is getting one hell of a recruiter who knows the state of Texas, who knows how to recruit Dallas on top of that. You see what SMU's doing recruiting Dallas. So don't be surprised if you see a 4 or 5 star similar to Ed Oliver in Houston making the commitment to Tech to play for a coach like Joey McGuire. The dude, I mean, he won at Cedar Hill. When after Baylor's thing, they needed coaches who had good character about him. He was part of that. He's won at Baylor. And I have no doubt given Tech gives him the resources, the time, the opportunity, he's going to win there as well. This has brought a lot of joy to me. I shot him a text this morning, tell him how proud and congratulations on everything. And it's yeah, I'm this has got me riding high.
I I'm happy for you because A, you get to be right in the group chat because when I tell you guys I've known Brandon for years now. Brandon and we talk multiple times a day. All right. So we're talking however many times, hundreds of times where you're like, yo, Coach McGuire needs an opportunity to be, yo, one of these schools can hire Coach McGuire. I'm telling y'all, I'm
Oh
telling
yeah,
y'all, I'm telling y'all. And I realized, wow, this guy's speaking this into existence out of love and respect for what he did to you, did with you and working with him as a teenager and understanding his impact on young men in that process. And now, like you said, when Baylor went through all of the horrible things that happened there in Waco, Matt Rule comes in to kind of reassess and really, try to move the culture in a different direction. You get people like a Joey McGuire who, like you said, faith, family, football, those elements there, he stays alongside of Dave Aranda, who's there, who they deem him essential. I noticed that he coached on, offense and defense. So I don't know where his specialties lie or how the staff will be put together. So I
yeah.
think that's one curiosity I have just within the state of Texas because this is somebody who is a big dog within the DFW high school community. Everybody knows who he is, at least in this region. I think now going Texas and nationally, I think some people may even be saying, well, he hasn't been a head coach at the collegiate level elsewhere, but do people understand how significant that is just regionally from, where he's coming from?
Yeah, I agree with that. It may not be a sexy hire, and get into those type of terminologies, but you're getting a coach who's coached offense, he's coached defense, he's coached special teams. You look at great coaches; they all have that background. Like you, I'm very curious how he assembles his staff, offense, defense, where he goes. I've always known him to be defensive minded more than offensive minded and have a focus there. When I played for him, he was a safety and corners coach, and he loved every minute of it. And hey, I love playing DB because of him.
Hmm.
Ultimately, in college, I played running back because what can I say? I like scoring. Take that for what you want. But I wanted to be a DB because of Coach McGuire and the enthusiasm he brought every day. So I am curious how the staff is developed. Now, something that a lot of people may not know about Coach McGuire is when I say Fay family football, an example of that, he's been a sought after name commodity for a while, but he put his own personal goals on hold so he could watch and be there with his son. He
Hmm.
watched his son through high school, through college. Like it's a selfless human that you're getting, and that's what I'm saying. Tech is getting a great coach, but an even better human. And so when he goes and sits down and recruits living rooms and talks to their parents, they're going to get an authentic Joey McGuire who's fired up, who's pumped, who's excited, and he is definitely a leader of men and a builder of men as well. So I mean, this has me so excited.
I can't wait to see what he does there in Lubbock, Texas. Those of us who here are Texas fans, we became very familiar with one Jeff Traylor, who came out of East Texas in Gilmer. Reminds me a lot in terms of the impact. Not that I'm making any similarities, but in terms of the impact that Coach Traylor had when we knew we got him on staff, and that was somebody we wanted to develop. Baylor doing the same thing with Coach McGuire, somebody they knew already an ace recruiter, but somebody that developed that is eventually going to be that dude as a head coach in the collegiate level. And it's interesting because you can kind of see where Tech was looking. Tech went hard after Jeff Traylor initially, went down to UTSA. UTSA, he decides to stay in San Antonio and signs the extension. And then they go for somebody, similar in that aspect of those core values and that background with Joey McGuire. So, Brandon, thank you for coming on and sharing that insight. And I'm being objective here. I'm a Texas fan. I don't. Y'all know how much I can't stand Tech, but we give credit. We give credit where credit is due, right? And so, BA, thank you for jumping on here, man. I
Right.
appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you. I'm always gigging through and through, but don't be surprised if you hear me shout a random Wreckham every once in a while.
Hey, you got to support your boy, man. I get it when
Hey,
it comes to
got to.
family, it hit different. So
It does. It does. So yeah, thank you for having me, Steve. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity just to speak on the incredible man and coach that Tech has, in my opinion, made a stellar hire. So I appreciate you, brother.
understood, man. Guys, shout out to BUSR, official sponsor, official sportsbook, official betting partner of Fanatic Perspective. BUSR.com/Fanatic. Sign up today. Sports 100 FP, 100% free play bonus. Couldn't be more excited to partner up with these guys. Come make money with us. BUSR.com/Fanatic. Sign up. Y'all know what to do. Guys, I appreciate everybody out there. Take care.